Welcome guys to episode 1 of my latest powerlifting series, my road to 711 kilos. If you're new here, my name's Rob. I help high performers get strong as and in the best shape of their lives, and I'm a big advocate of leading by example. So what's different about this YouTube series compared to some of the ones that I've done in the past? Well, in this prep, I am all in on powerlifting. None of this hybrid stuff for this block. I'll save that for later. For the moment, I'm looking to put all my eggs into this powerlifting basket and see if I can beat my best ever squat, bench and deadlift total numbers. So far, my best ever squat, bench and deadlift numbers have been a 250 kilo squat, 160 kilo bench press, and a 300 kilo deadlift. Now in this competition, I want to match those numbers. So I want to get a 250 kilo squat, 160 kilo bench, but I want to beat my deadlift by at least 1 kilo. So I want to get at least 301 kilos. Now you might be thinking, that's a bit of a crap goal, don't you want to beat that? Well, I want to do that at 10 kilos lighter. So last time I hit those numbers, I was in the 110 kilo weight category. This competition, I want to come in under 100 kilos. Now I just finished a 13-week strength block, which went pretty good. The training itself wasn't all that throughout the full 13 weeks, had a lot of low periods, but I always made sure I got the bare minimum done. And I ended up finishing that 13-week block with a 230 kilo back squat, a 150 kilo bench press, and a 260 kilo deadlift. Now that's coming off of a triathlon prep. So pretty much I stopped heavy strength training and I was just doing my ticking over stuff. And then I decided to go all in into powerlifting for this final block because my competition is now in 12 weeks time. Now, how does my training week look? So over the week, I'm gonna have 4 lifting days and an optional cardio day, so some zone 2 cardio. So how I split my week is an anterior and posterior day. So that's pretty much pushing muscles and pulling muscles. Monday, Tuesday, I do the anterior strength bias and a posterior strength bias. So that's gonna see me do my heavy squats, heavy bench on the Monday, deadlift variation on the Tuesday, and then on the Thursday and Friday I have my more volume based day where I have my squat and bench variations on the Thursday, and on the Friday I have my heavy deadlifts and then an upper body pump session. Now to make sure I'm fully fueled for these sessions, my calories are up at 2,750 calories because I do need to drop a little bit of weight, so I'm in a ever so slight deficit. I'm aiming for 240 grams of protein, 235-ish grams of carbs, and about 90 grams of fat. Now, one of the most important parts about how I'm kind of structuring my nutrition is I'm focusing a lot on nutrient timing. So I'm making sure I'm getting a really good pre-workout meal, making sure I'm coming into these sessions fully energized and fully fed. And then my post-workout meal is again, really high protein, high carbs, and then I mainly have quite low carb and high fat meals outside of that. Each meal is obviously high protein, of course. Now, I just finished up with week 1 of this power lift program, and it felt pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really happy with how it's kicked off. Started out the week with some heavy squats, so I had 6 reps at 175 kilos for my top set. I think it was 110 kilos on my bench press for a set of 6. And then today I hit 210 kilos for a set of 6 on the deadlift twice. And I got a bit carried away on the first set of the set of 6 on the deadlifts, kind of went touch and go. So I made sure I did another set, a bit more powerlifting standard, because at the end of the day, that's what I'm competing for. Now, when it comes to the variations for this first 4-week block, I managed to hit 200 kilos for a set of 5 on my paused deadlifts. And then I had some pin squats, which were feeling a little bit ropey, not gonna lie, back was feeling a little bit tender after the deadlifts on the Tuesday. They didn't go quite so well, was slightly under the target, what I was aiming for, and I ended up doing a set of 6 at 150 kilos. But then I did some reverse banded spoto presses, which were really good. They felt great. And I managed to get 6 at 120 kilos. Now this variation has been a really fun one at helping me get comfortable with more weight in my hand, because at the end of the day, that's one of the biggest battles with people's bench press, is feeling comfortable with holding a heavy weight in their hands above their chest. So this reverse banded spoto press for me is a really nice way to get some volume at some higher weight, build confidence in the movement, and also get a decent pump. Now today, as I said, deadlifts went off to an absolute flyer, which really set up the rest of the session, which I was buzzing about. Had some flat presses with some chest supported rows, really thinking about getting a nice horizontal push and pull pump. I then went into some close grip pull downs and some ab sling knee raises, because I've just worked my back of my body with the heavy deadlifts. So what I like to do is then target my abs through flexion and extension to kind of give my lower back a bit of a stretch essentially. Then after that, I went into some cable front raises, which felt awesome. I haven't done those in a while. Realized I haven't really done any front raises in a good few cycles. So I thought, let's add them into this block, and hopefully that's going to help carry it over to my bench press also. And I paired that with some back extensions. Again, getting some really good spinal flexion and extension to help with my old SI joint injury. And then you know how to finish off with some arms. Always going to finish off with arms, because who doesn't finish a solid upper body session with a good bicep and tricep pump? So today I went for just some standing cable curls and some overhead supported extensions. With the overhead supported extensions, I like to leave my elbows out so they end up coming back on myself, so I get a much bigger stretch into my tricep rather than trying to keep my elbows in. So by letting them flare out and going through the extensions a bit like a JM press, I get a really good stretch and really good connection with those triceps. And just to finish off with the biceps, once I'd done my set to close to failure, I then went only left side and went to absolute failure there, because my left side is a little bit smaller than my right side, and that's something I want to bring up this prep. Now, this prep might have some changes. I've emailed the competition people to ask them a couple of questions that might kind of change my course of how I'm going to be competing, but I'll let you guys know the feedback from that in the next video. But if there's anything you'd like to see over this next 12 weeks and you want me to cover maybe in a bit deeper dive, then do let me know. Drop it in the comment section down below. I'll be happy to get back to you there and hopefully get some more specific videos for you guys that you're looking for. But otherwise, I've got some really good plans over this next 12 weeks, which I'm really looking forward to bringing you along for the journey. Thanks a lot for watching. As always, I really appreciate every single one of my subscribers, and I'm really looking forward to documenting this full journey all the way to my 711 kilo total or more. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.